Real duty is to become the mind of America. I nodded. I had no idea whether I was ready to agree with him, but I nodded. There's absolutely no reason, he said, why the company can't get there. Already we tap into everything. If good crops are an instrument of foreign policy, then we're obliged to know next year's weather. That same demand comes at us everywhere we look. Finance, media, labor relations, economic production, the thematic consequences of TV. Where's the end to all we can be legitimately interested in? Dwelling in an age of general systems, we are obliged to draw experts from all fields, bankers, psychiatrists, poison specialists, narcs, art experts, public relations people, trade unionists, hooligans, journalists. Do you have a good idea, Harry, how many journalists are in contract to us? Do observe a little hush-hush on that one. Nobody knows how many pipelines we have into good places, how many Pentagon poobahs, commodores, congressmen, professors and assorted think tanks, soil erosion specialists, student leaders, diplomats, corporate lawyers, name it. They all give us input. We're rich in our resources.
All our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. You know, and I think that's what I sussed when I was 16 and 12 way down the line, but I expressed it differently all through my life. It's the same thing I'm expressing all the time, but now I can put it into that sentence that I think we're being run by maniacs for maniacal ends, you know. If anybody can put on paper what our government and the American government, etc., and the Russian, Chinese, what they're trying to do, you know, and what they think they're doing, I'd be very pleased to know what they think they're doing. I think they're all insane, you know, but I'm liable to be put away as insane for expressing that. You know, that's what's insane about it. Every country's had a violent revolution for mayor. The people do it, but the system is so geared that everybody believes that just the father will fix everything, the father being the government. Government will fix everything. It is all government's fault. You know, shake your fist at the government. Well, we are the government. The people are the government, and the people have the power, but we must try and make them aware of this.
They say that it's the squeaky hinge that gets the grease, and the blacks would still be shuffling around picking peanuts and dying and starving. Of course, they haven't been all that much improved. If they hadn't made that noise, if they hadn't made that racket, somewhere there's some person out there that tells us, just be quiet, be calm, everything will right itself, and everybody will get their just desserts, but it never happens.
It'll all come out, right?
It never happens. People, if they just sit back and wait for white America to do something on their behalf, to recognize their rights as a people, to recognize the sovereign rights of, well, say, Indians as a separate people, as a separate political, cultural entity within the confines of the United States, nothing's going to happen. The Indians have to shuffle. And
one of the biggest questions in this campaign is who our country belongs to. Does it belong to the big corporations like ITT and the oil interests who make large secret contributions and expect favors in return? To leaders of the Pentagon who insist that we pay more and more to big defense contractors whether we like it or not? Or does it belong to you and me?
The reasons that the war has continued for the length of time that it has is that to the great majority of Americans it has created no pain. I mean, it is business as usual, and we go about our lives, and there is no pain in our lives. And I don't know what war is all about if it isn't to create pain. If it's just simply that the great majority of the Americans are going to slide through this one without having any, feeling any effect from it, then of course it's going to continue. We are doing the only thing that we know how. It is a simple act of conscience. We are sorry that it affects other people, and yet maybe that's the real force of it.
Some housewife is against war, just put it in the window, you know, just to let her neighbours know or her husband know. You know, you've got to start on the home ground by convert your parents.
Talk about this with your friends.
Everybody's
talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it.
And what's the vibe out there?
We're all excited about it.
Just excited?
Yeah.
Good.
Because we feel like there's gonna be a change pretty soon.
And each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Ooh, what's so funny about